When I first heard about this song and maybe singing it, I wasn't sure if it was going to work, and then I thought it was the perfect choice to let go. There is a lot that has happened here in this space, both positive and not so positive. I'm not going to say negative, because there are lessons that come with every experience. I wasn't here for all of that. I only got here recently. But I am so blessed to be a part of this community. I am so grateful to be on this journey with you together. And I just want to kind of throw out some ideas to you about how we can let this all go and move into our new space, right? Elsa, is that her name in the movie? I've not seen the movie Frozen. Elsa. She's not a happy camper. She's not a happy girl. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in. Heaven knows I've tried. Don't let them in. Don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Well, now they know. Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. What did she say in here? Something about the cold never bothered me anyway. That got me, because I've moved here from Florida, right? I'm in the car driving this morning, and the car says 50 degrees. I'm like, no. And then it dropped to 49. And I went, oh my goodness, right? So there's an adjustment that goes on here. What I resist persists. That's why I'm in a light jacket, not like my winter coat yet. Okay. So as you can see, we're talking about letting go. This is our last service here in this space. And think back to whenever you first came here. Whether it was just a few weeks ago, or a few months ago, or a few years ago, or if you've been here for 22 years. Not necessarily in this space, but if you've been for Unity of Central Massachusetts. It doesn't matter, but think back of what you got. What kept you coming? What kept you coming back week after week after week? There's some sort of message going on here. There's some sort of attraction going on here that brings you back over and over and over again, right? Otherwise, you stay home, watch football. Yes? So I want to ask you a question. I want you to think about this for a second, because I think this is important. Not only are we physically moving out of this space, but is there anything else that you're holding on to that you're not willing to let go of? This is a great time to start meditating on that, thinking about that, thinking about, am I ready to release some of this other stuff? Maybe, maybe not. But it would be a good time to do it all together, yes? Okay. Time of release, yes. Oh, that's right. We went through the soul. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, first day of fall was that yesterday or the day before? Maybe Friday? Friday? Okay. Again, living in Florida for as long as I did, we did not have 4 seasons at all. So, it's still 90 degrees down there with the heat index making it feel like it's over 100. And I'm actually grateful for these temperatures right now. Don't ask me that in February, okay? But right now, I'm okay with these temperatures. I'm adjusting slowly. So the daily word fits right in, right? I release fear-based reactions and allow infinite love to fill me. Think about this for a second. What did we all feel when we heard for the very first time during the summer that we were going to have to move by October 1st? Did anybody feel any fear-based ideas? Initially. And I know that some of you came to me, we were talking about this, and you mentioned something about how we've been trying to move for a long time. And I don't know, how is this all going to happen? And we just kept talking about the fact that Of course it's going to happen. The space is all ready for us. We just don't know where it is yet. Right? We just keep looking. We keep our minds and our hearts open. I think it's important to remember to keep both open. Right? I can keep my mind open, but if my heart is not open, then I'm going to miss the opportunities that come along. So, I release fear-based reactions and allow infinite love to fill me. That is what I did. Every single one of you here, that is exactly what you did. Even if you didn't know that's what you were doing, that is what you were doing. And
vision board.
I'm sorry?
Vision board. Remember the vision board?
You had a vision board, yes. That was before my time, but yes, it came out for a little while afterwards. We put it out on the table to remind everybody of what was going on here.
Well, it got put to recycle.
It's recycled, yes, we like that. The earth appreciates that. Yes.
It went on.
Well, because we're moving on.
And people don't understand that we looked at some pretty crappy places. We didn't settle for it.
No.
We kept on moving on, and it kept on getting better and better. Yeah, we didn't settle for less than what we really wanted.
I think what's important is to remember that when there were times when some of us in the group, me included, we kind of thought about settling at times. We thought nothing else is going to come. Maybe we should take this. What if we don't take this? What's going to happen? We might miss out, and then we'll have no place to go on October 1st, right? So there's a lot that has happened here. There is an awful lot of growth that has gone on here, and
Kathleen told me when to panic.
Yeah, I haven't told her to panic yet, but yeah, I told her I'll let you know when the right time is for that, right? We don't have to panic. Not when we're. Well, let me do it this way. Let me bring in Jesus' teachings for just a moment. There is a statement where he says, "Seek first the kingdom of God, and all else will be added unto you." That is what we did. As long as we continue to seek the kingdom first, and what does that mean? Seek the kingdom means I get quiet. Seek the kingdom means I listen to Spirit. Seek the kingdom means I don't panic. I don't get upset. I trust God one more time. Right? That's what seek the kingdom means. Because Jesus told us the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Meaning it is not a place I go to. It is not something I achieve later on after my transition. It is something that is here, right now, and I can touch it. I can feel it. I can experience it. I just have to remember that. Right? So this is what we did. We continued to seek the kingdom. We trusted God. We knew that Spirit was guiding us every step of the way, and we found this beautiful place in Northborough. And after the service, we're all going to get together. You notice I'm not dressed up today. I have jeans on. I have black jeans on, right, with a nice top. But I have my T-shirt in the bag, and I have my sneakers to get changed into so we can help load up the truck. And then we can move the stuff over to Northborough, and we can start blessing that space. Good stuff, right? Okay. So we didn't read the quotes. So fortunately, I have them here. I want to read a few of these to you because I think they bring into perspective a little bit more about this letting go and releasing things. Herman Hesse said, "Some of us think holding on makes us strong. But sometimes it's letting go. Right? When I let go of something that no longer serves me, for whatever reason, it is not a judgment on that thing that I am releasing. It is just no longer useful. Right? This space is beautiful. It's a gorgeous building. It is no longer where we're at in our consciousness. That's all. It's not a bad place. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay? Melody Beatty she's done a lot of writing about codependency issues and things like that. She talks about letting go helps us to live in a more peaceful state of mind. It helps restore our balance. It allows others to be responsible for themselves. What's that all about? Letting other people be responsible for themselves. Ooh, what does that mean? It means I'm responsible for me. Right? So that's another form of letting go. So we're letting go of the building, we're letting go of this space, we're moving into a new space. We might be letting go of other old ideas that we've been carrying around with us for a long time. Thich Nhat Hanh. People have a hard time letting go of their suffering. Out of the fear of the unknown, they prefer suffering that is familiar. Have you ever heard it's not a phrase, it's not really a story, but I've heard this said, that if we all took all of our challenges and put them on a table in front of us, and we all had the opportunity to pick and choose, we would all take our own challenges back. And the reason that is because they are familiar to us. Fear of the unknown is extremely powerful. Right? You've heard of people in abusive situations, difficult situations, and they just can't seem to get out of it. And part of it is because fear of the unknown is more overwhelming to them in that moment than staying in what they know. At least they think they know how to handle situations. Right? Out of the fear of the unknown, they prefer suffering that is familiar. So I'm here to tell you, we don't have to suffer today. We don't have to suffer. He also said, people suffer because they're caught in their views. As soon as we release those views, we are free and we don't suffer anymore. So, how many of you have been were raised in a traditional religion of some sort? Doesn't have to be Christian. Okay. So most of the people in this room have been raised in a traditional religion. And when that happens, there are certain beliefs that are embedded in us. And every so often they get triggered and they pop back up again, you know. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's what he's talking about getting caught up in that stuff. Like, it can't be any other way. It's got to be this way. And as soon as I open myself up to changing, just a little bit, to changing, and maybe it doesn't always have to be this way, that's when new opportunities arrive. Maybe UCM is not meant to meet here at 21 Cedar Street forever and for always. Maybe UCM is meant to move somewhere else. It's funny how Northborough just showed up, right? We didn't say we had to stay in Worcester. We wanted to stay around the Worcester area, but we opened ourselves up to what became available, and we found something that is going to work for us, and that's just a beautiful thing. So again, we don't have to slam the door like Elsa felt like she had to, right? We don't have to do that. But we have all been there where Elsa was. We have all been there where we have said, forget this, I'm slamming the door, I don't care what anybody thinks. I know I've been there. And I'm sure that many of you have too. We don't have to do that today, though. We can bless what we got, and we can move forward. We can have emotions. We can feel sadness and happiness all at the same time. We welcome it all. We appreciate it. And then if it's sadness, we say, you can leave now. Right? We don't have to sit in it. We don't have to get stuck in it. But we honor it. We respect it. There's a lot that has happened here. Okay, so I was saying this earlier to some people when we were talking and setting up. What I said was that everything that has happened here, the good, the bad, and the neutral, all of it is coming with us. It's not trapped. It's just something that happened. Each thing that felt like it might have been a negative is actually a lesson. We've learned from it, we move on. all of the wonderful celebrations, right? You've had special services, you've had memorial services here, all of that stuff. It comes with us. It's a part of us. It's a part of our DNA now, I believe. So we carry it with us, and then we show the world what UCM looks like with a sign on the door, right? So people can know where we are and see us. Ellen Cohen writes, "It takes a lot of courage to release the familiar and seemingly secure, to embrace the new. But there is no real security in what is no longer meaningful. There is more security in the adventurous and exciting. For in movement there is life, and in change there is power." There is more security in the adventurous and exciting, for in movement there is life, and in change there is power. Who's ready to move? Literally and figuratively. Right? Yeah.
I'm not staying in the comfort zone, right?
Yeah. But we're all in this together, so we all support each other, we all love each other, we all move forward together. It's a beautiful, beautiful process. It really is. And there's nothing to fear. Absolutely nothing to fear. Nothing. If the chairs make it, the chairs make it. If the chairs don't make it, somebody's going to give us 30 chairs to borrow. We'll be fine. We could sit on the floor. We can, some of us might need help getting back up again, but we'll figure it all out, right? We're going to be together next Sunday no matter what. Right? So I hope you understand. I don't know if anybody was sitting here going, why did they pick that song? And what's the message behind it? I think you get it. I think you understand that there are two ways that we can go here. And if I'm not mistaken, everything turns out fine in the end in the movie?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. I like happy endings. So she must learn her lesson, and she must learn not to slam the door after all, right? But we don't have to slam the door. And we honor and respect this space. And at the end, when we do our closing circle, I will do a prayer to honor and bless this space, to honor and bless the people that work here, that have worked with us over these years. We want to remember them. They are a part of our journey. We take them with us too. We take this whole thing, regardless of how long you've been here. I haven't been here for very long, but it doesn't mean I don't feel it. Right? So we take this all with us in our hearts, and we go forth. And so it is. Amen. Okay. Let's take some of this into meditation and let it all sink in. I just made a mess of this whole desk.
Just making sure.
Yeah. As we say Amen, we rest and relax into this present moment. I invite you now to take a deep breath. Exhale out and get comfortable in your chair. We release any fear-based thoughts that may be lingering in our minds. We focus on our heart space. And we feel the love just filling up our hearts and overflowing into every part of our body. Moving has many different meanings. We physically move the possessions we have from one space to another. Mentally, we change our thoughts. We acknowledge certain beliefs that we would like to change. And we make the choice to move forward with those goals. We acknowledge any emotions we may be feeling now. We are grateful that we can feel them. We have an attachment to this space, and that attachment will never be broken. We take it with us. The lessons learned, the joys and the victories celebrated. All is well, all the time. And we take this with us. We release the need to suffer, to worry, to fear. And instead we replace that with calling forth on the power of faith and strength, knowing that we have all we need to be successful in the days, weeks, and years to come. I take these ideas now into the silence, focused on my heart space. I realize I have nothing to fear. And I look forward to the future with joy and happiness. I accept what is here and now. And I take all of my experiences with me. I choose to carry these thoughts, these ideas, these experiences. I choose to carry them in my heart so that they are wrapped in love. And everyone I meet will pick up on this energy. They will notice. I am willing to shine for all to see, so that they may know that they too can have what we've found. We are forever grateful for Children's Friend, for this building. We bless it forever and for always. I simply say thank you. And so it is. Amen. I invite you now to take a couple of deep breaths. Just relax into your chair. Come on back to this place and time. Open your eyes when you're ready.